We've seen healthcare go through this massive digital transformation, right? From electronic records to remote monitoring. But there's one really critical area that's been surprisingly left behind. So today, we're going to dive into how that's finally changing.
Think about it. What's the most advanced room in a hospital that's also kind of been a digital black box? I mean, you've got this room filled with life-saving equipment, the highest levels of medical skill, and yet, when you look at it from a data perspective, it's been a complete silo. The answer, of course, is the operating room. And this exact paradox is what's driving the next major leap in hospital innovation. So for years, the OR has been this incredibly data-rich place. But here's the catch. Almost none of that data could ever get out. All this crucial information, from video feeds to a patient's vital signs, it was just locked away in devices that simply didn't talk to each other.
And this really is the central contradiction. On one hand, you have this incredible medical prowess. We're talking the absolute peak of surgical skill and technology. But then on the other hand, the digital reality has just been this tangle of isolated systems and totally trapped data. It's exactly this disconnect that hospitals are now racing to fix.
So what's the solution? Well, it isn't just about cramming more shiny new machines into an already crowded room. Nope. It's about creating a truly smart OR. A fully connected ecosystem where every single device, every screen, and every piece of data actually works together.
So what is a smart OR? Well, it isn't some product you can just buy off the shelf. It's an entire environment you build. The whole goal is to break down those digital walls so that information can flow freely. This gives the surgical team a complete dynamic picture of the procedure as it's happening. Okay, so how does a system like this handle the need for both super fast analysis and deep long-term learning? It uses this really clever two-step model. First, you've got edge computing. This processes critical data right there in the OR, instantly, for real-time insights. Think of it like an AI alert if, say, an instrument count is off. Then, after the fact, that massive volume of data gets sent to the cloud for much deeper analysis and long-term learning. So you really get the best of both worlds. You get immediate feedback when it matters most, and you get these powerful insights for the future. And this is where the true power of all this connectivity really starts to shine. Once that data is flowing, it transforms from just passive information into active, live intelligence that can support the surgical team in real time. Now, this is a crucial point. This technology isn't designed to replace a surgeon's judgment. Not at all. It's meant to augment it, to act more like a co-pilot, providing what's described as an extra layer of awareness to help the team spot potential issues or subtle changes they might otherwise miss. So, with all this potential for data analysis, what's the one asset that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time, just packed with valuable insights? You guessed it, it's the video of the procedure itself. I mean, hospitals record vast amounts of surgical video, but most of it just sits in storage totally unanalyzed. This footage is a literal goldmine of information about technique, workflow, and decision-making that we're only now finally starting to tap into. And by analyzing that video and all the other procedural data, we can move way beyond just improving a single surgery. We can actually start learning from every surgery, creating system-wide improvements in training, in safety, and in consistency. Just think about the educational potential here. It's massive. Imagine you're a trainee, and instead of just looking at diagrams, you can study thousands of real procedures. You could see exactly how elite surgeons handle complications. You could compare different techniques side by side and really understand the workflow patterns. This could dramatically, and I mean dramatically, shorten the learning curve for the next generation of clinicians. Now, a common worry is that this might take the art out of surgery, but that's really not the goal. The idea isn't to create some rigid template, forcing every surgeon to do things the exact same way. It's about standardizing the things that should be consistent, like safety protocols and workflow coordination, so the surgeon can focus all their expertise on the nuanced, critical decisions that absolutely require human judgment. And the benefits of this connectivity, they extend far beyond the four walls of the operating room. This has a major impact on the operational and, yes, the financial health of the entire hospital. Yeah, let's talk about the money, because the financial impact here is just staggering. Avoidable surgical complications are incredibly expensive. They lead to longer hospital stays, more interventions. It's a huge drain. So by using data to improve consistency and cut down on those complications, the smart OR can lead to some really significant savings and much better use of hospital resources. At the end of the day, surgery is just one critical step in a patient's overall journey. By connecting the OR to the rest of the hospital's digital systems, that crucial data can finally follow the patient. This ensures much better continuity of care, from pre-op all the way through to recovery. So the long-term vision is pretty clear. We want to get to a point where the operating room is no longer treated as a black box. Instead, it becomes this transparent, data-rich, and connected part of the modern digital hospital, a hub that is actively contributing to the intelligence of the entire system. So let's just leave it with this thought. What if every procedure didn't just help one patient? What if it also generated insights that could improve care for every single patient that follows? That is the powerful future the smart OR is just beginning to unlock.